Hey guys, what's going on out there this afternoon? Maybe some other time zone where you are. I'm out here in the California desert, Southern California desert. Brent Abel here, webtennis.com, and a little bit of maybe a little tough love today with the tennis mindset training episode that I've got here for you every afternoon around 2:30. Usually it's live. Sometimes, like this week, has been pre-recorded. Played a tournament this week. Got fortunate this week. We won the national mixed doubles for my age group, which was a good win for us. Always nice to win another national title. Guys, what I want to talk about today is something about the reality of goals and systems. And we're going to get into that in just a second. I think it's really important that we deal with this reality. So, look, let's do this. Let me just give you a quick couple of reminders here before we get going. Number one, in the mornings, every morning, 8 a.m. Pacific, do a What's the Right Shot episode. And that is 8 a.m. Pacific. What's the right shot based on two premises? Shot choice. Where do you want the ball to land over there? And then secondly, how do you want to enhance your shot choice by where do you move to next on the court? And then, every afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Pacific, we do some tennis mindset training. So let's get into this. You don't rise to the level of your goals. Instead, you ... One of my favorite writers out there is a fellow named James Clear, who's written a great book, really a great book called Atomic Habits. That's the title, Atomic Habits, which really means small little habits, how they build to make great results. And one of the things that he's got, one of his quotes is, you don't rise to the level of your goals. Instead, you actually fall to the level of your systems. So what that means, at least my interpretation of what that means, is that we can have all these great lofty goals, but too often what happens, those are just kind of pipe dreams, right? We don't really have systems in place that we can take action with to be able to achieve those goals. And so how do you know? So if you believe that, you need systems in place to be able to achieve goals, well, then how do you know what those systems should be? How do you know what they are? Well, look, for me, systems need to be in place in terms of, and I'm assuming that you're a player. I'm assuming you want to get better with your game. I'm assuming that you feel like there's more that you can achieve in the game of tennis than where you're at right now. And so with that assumption, for me, there's like, what are the pillars of becoming a better player? Well, number one, technique. And for me, it's really about less technique. So if I'm talking about a system, all right, well, what am I going to do today to go out on the court to pare away unneeded techniques so that become a much more consistent shot maker? Number two, our tactics and strategies, right? So, and to me, that's all about shot choice, right? What are the types of players that you play against? In terms of, what's a common type of opponent? Okay, well, we need to have a practice system in terms of being able to play against other opponents that sort of mimic that style of play. We need to have a system in place to do that. You need to get resourceful in terms of finding players that actually play that way, that maybe is like a common opponent. Need a system in place for that. Fitness-wise, right? Do we need a system for fitness-wise? I do. I need to make sure I got the kitchen right. I need to make sure that I eat right. I need to make sure I sleep right. I need to make sure that all of the fitness stuff is in place through a system, right? It's just not here and there. All right, well, I got a tournament coming up in 2 weeks, so I better start getting fit. No, man, for me, it's a lifestyle. It's a fitness system lifestyle. And then experiences. Are we getting enough experiences through match play? And that would be results that count, right? Are you playing enough tournaments? Are you playing enough league stuff? Are you playing enough matches maybe at your tennis facility where the results get posted so it's public? So systems, right? I mean, let's say that you're a 4-0 player and you want to be, and your goal is to become a 4-5 player. What systems do you have to put in place to be able to make that happen? Because if it's just about goals and going out there and just sort of willy-nilly, just maybe I'm just going to practice, to me, that's not a system, right? So you're going to fall to the system that you've got in place. And so here's what I would suggest you do. If this is something you want to do, if you've got a goal to become a better player, I would come up with what that means, right? It could be that you want a different rating label wherever you are right now. It could be that, you want to be ranked somewhere. It could be that you want to win something. Some of these goals are out of your control, somewhat out of your control. Trying to win a national title, there's so many uncontrollables in that. Trying to win a tournament, a lot of uncontrollables. Trying to get a different rating label, a higher rating label, that's possible. I mean, there's a lot of that's controllable, but you still need systems in place to be able to make that happen. Here's what I would do. I would go play a match that counts. And to me, what a match that counts is the results made public, right? So whether that's a tournament, right? If you want to find out really where your game's at, and then let's go get a reality check. Let's go play in a tournament, or let's go play a league match. Let's go play against someone at your facility where the results are going to be public, and there's a little bit extra on the line. There's a little extra stress. Let's find out what that little extra stress does to your game overall, and let's come away with a result where you now go, oh, okay. Well, then here's a system I need to put in place for what is it? Is it technique? Is there something lacking there, right? I mean, you may be overcomplicating stroke technique. Is there a tactic that you don't understand, right? We talked about it yesterday. You go out and you play a match and you come away with, hey, man, I can beat that guy. That's kind of an arrogant deal, right? We need to be able to know that, well, what would I actually do next time against that guy to be able to get the win? So you need enough of those experiences to be able to have that reality check of, you know what, I need to be better at this type of a tactical focus. Fitness wise, let's say you go out and you play a guy where a match that counts, and this guy keeps you out there 2.5, 3 hours, and you go, I was just dying. I'm not in good enough shape. All right. What's the system you're going to put in shape for fitness? Right. I could go on and on. You need to get the reality check in terms of a baseline of where you're at in all these different pillars of really what underpin you as a player: technique, tactics, fitness, getting experiences. And the one thing we haven't talked about, which is the whole theme here, is mental. How mentally strong are you in a match that counts? A lot of us have got a lot of mental strength in a practice match that doesn't mean anything, right? Or we drill, right? But do you have that kind of needed mental strength to be able to have a tactical focus for the next upcoming point in a match that counts, where there's more stress, where there's more outcome, social pressure? I don't know, call it whatever you want. But that's another thing that you need to be able to get a reality check on that we just don't get from drilling or hitting or going out there and playing the same guy every Tuesday at 2:00 in the afternoon, whatever. So yeah, you can have lofty goals, but if you don't have systems in place to get to that goal, I just don't think it's going to happen. So again, repeating James Clear, you don't rise the level of your goals. Instead, you fall to the level of your systems. If you want some help creating some systems for your game, then let's get together. Just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. Let me know what's on your mind. And we might even do a free 15-minute coaching call to kind of do a little bit deeper dive for you. I might say, look, based on your email, here's all that you really need to do. I might make a suggestion. Look, I think you need to do a deeper dive. Here's what I got to offer you. So thank you, Mark, for that recommendation of Atomic Habits. Yeah, definitely well worth reading. That's it for me today, guys. Hope this has been helpful today. Systems, the reality of goals and systems. Understand it, and let's get to it. Let's get some systems going in your game. Let me know. Again, if you have any questions, brent@webtennis.com. Guys, yeah, if you love what we're doing here or what I'm doing here, please, over at YouTube, hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell so you always get alerted every time I go live and or uploaded recorded content. Again, yeah, hope this has been helpful. As always, it's time right now. We got to get out there. We got to help someone else have a great day. Guys, thanks for hanging out. See you again next time.